up, everybody? How's it going? Who we got in the chat today? We got Jacarius. What's up, Jacarius? We got Angel Blue. What's up? We got Nathan. Hey, Nathan. Freddie. What's up, Freddie? Sandy. What's up, Sandy? Aaron. Hello. BDI Derek. Hello. How are you guys doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Oh yeah, everybody feeling bad for Carly, hey? I mean, really, I think Olivia should have bought the Metrocord anyway and just told Carly to suck it up. But Nina beat her to the punch. I always forget about these vocals. Yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. I'm a little tired today. They really made Carly stupid with money. Yeah. Yeah, sorry if I seem tired today. Last night I went to see Tash Sultana here in Edmonton, and my god, they are so talented. I can't. If you haven't heard of Tash Sultana before, please look them up. Such an insanely talented person. They play every instrument under the sun, I swear to God. But yeah. Carly, you know, Carly has no one to blame but herself at this point. I do feel bad for her, but, like, she should have just swallowed her pride and let Sunny or Olivia or Drew, you know, buy the Metrocord and she can just pay them back. Hey Laura, driving home, alright. But yeah, obviously we'll get into GH, you know, the review on Sunday, but we can talk a little bit about it before we get into watching some more of that Mexico Adventure from 1984, which I'm so stoked to watch. I gotta ask, what do we think of the Trina and Rory kiss? What do y'all think? I still feel kind of awkward because of the behind-the-scenes stuff, you know? But the show seems to be going forward with them. They really compared Chase and Brooklyn to the new Ned and Olivia. I guess the new boring and barely see them to care. That snake Nina loves to torment Carly. Just the smirk on her face when she left Carly's office. Like, Angel, you said I don't trust Rory. Yeah. And Sandy, you love Trina and Rory. Yeah, I do trust him more than I did. I don't think that he is in on anything with Esme anymore like I used to. But, you know, there's gotta be something up with this guy. else did we see? Not a whole lot. Like I said, I don't want to get into too many things. But yeah, Angel, you said we know nothing about Rory. What else? I mean, Sasha, she doesn't want to go to rehab. Girl, you should. And then, we do need to know some background on Rory. Yeah, we do. Yeah, also, how wild is it that we're just getting the 4th of July episode now? It's the 13th. We're a bit late, but understandably so. Freddie, you said, I would feel bad for Carly, but after hearing her go so hard on Nina for buying Carly's half of Metroport, she's 100% hypocrite. You are keeping Nina in the dark about her second daughter. Oh yeah, that's true, Freddie. You know, she do be hiding some secrets from Nina. Sasha's breakdown broke my heart. Yeah, her breakdown last week, my god. Getting chummy with a cop while awaiting trial for a situation I did not do, but have no proof I didn't do it. Yeah, true. I mean, we see in the preview that Trina's been sitting on some evidence, and I think by that she just means the fact that she was with Spencer in a graveyard at the time that the video was leaked, and she can't mention that without throwing Spencer under the bus for escaping jail. Trina's still trying to be a friend of Spencer. God, throw him under the bus, girl. Who cares? I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I like the prospect of Spencer and Trina, but like, he's done nothing to support you that you know of. So I would just be like, yeah, screw this man. If I didn't know, as an audience member, that Spencer was trying to help Trina, like, I would have been like, boy, yeah, you broke out to see your moms at the graveyard at the time that the video was leaking, and that's where I saw you. Although I think Trina could technically get in trouble for that too, though. Even though he, like, went back to jail. Grass ain't greener on the other side, Carly. Yeah, it never is. Never is. Doesn't matter where you are, you can send that to the school from anywhere in the world unless they have a location of where the phone was when it was sent out, which is possible. Like, that might be the case, because I don't think Trina would bring that up. But if that doesn't work, then I guess, you know, Curtis has to work overtime to get that the guy that gave Esme the burner phone to, you know, confess. Because how would she explain that? How would Esme explain that? This whole case don't make sense. True. I mean, you think that the fact that Joss and Cam were, like, testifying on Trina's behalf, like, would be, you know, pretty substantial in the sense that, like, this happened to them. Trina's being, you know, framed for it or accused of it. He said, "Can I ask you something?" Sure. jamming out to the summer jam, y'all. I believe that Trina is Marshall's granddaughter after watching today's scenes with him and Portia. I mean, we already know that to be true, right? Is it too old to send letters to actor? No, not at all. I mean, think about it. A lot of people that wrote to GH were probably, you know, our parents' age when they were writing to them. By now, you're never too old to send fan mail to your, you know, favorite actors. Rory isn't attractive to me either. GH has been slacking in hiring Man Candy. I mean, Dex is right there. And they just ruined him by making him work for Michael. Like... Haven't heard an actor saying they got fan mail in a while. Like, honestly, because there's social media now. Like, actors are so much more accessible to us than they ever were before. Like, I'm sure that they still do get fan mail, but it's just easier to DM them now, right? Dex ain't it for me. Alright, Angel, I got a question. Who do you find attractive, or who have you found attractive in the GH cast, like, over the years? Aaron, see, yeah, I think Cody's attractive too. Me and you are on the same page with that, but I know everybody else isn't. Yeah, Cody's so my type, you guys. I ain't even gonna front. So scared to DM actors. I mean, I haven't really DM'd them. The closest I've gotten to like DMing an actor is tagging them in an Instagram story, and then they've like, you know, they've reposted it in their stories. Maurice did that to me once, and I was just like freaked out. Okay, but yeah, spill, Angel. Who's your type on GH, or who has been over the years? And then after this, we'll get into watching some old school GH. Steve Burton in the early 2000s, Ted King in the early 2000s, Rick in the early 2000s. You'd take Rick now, Drew Garrett. Drew Garrett was fine. Drew Garrett is currently, like, he glowed up even since then. Yeah, honestly, Steve Burton, Ted King, they weren't my type. Rick, depends on like, you know, the day for me. Mac is fine, though, in my opinion. Mac is a daddy. It's gonna be funny seeing Olivia and Nina working together as partners. Yeah. But knowing GH, they'll probably bond them somehow, you know? They always do that. Have two people that hate each other work together and then get along. Like Maxie and Lulu back in the day. Duke sung this up with Kiki. Griffin, because he played Archangel Michael in Supernatural. Yeah, he's got that ET gig right now. Entertainment Tonight. Griffin had so much potential, y'all. He could have easily been like the new sort of leading Dr. Patrick Drake type of, you know, character. And they just stifled him. Chad is okay. Chad is not the one for me. Chad just strikes me as so nerdy, you know? Duke was super fine. Yeah, Duke was super fine. Even in his older years as well, he's still fine. Jensen Ackles. You know, I never really watched Supernatural. I really didn't. I had friends that were obsessed with the show, though. I heard GH is having a convention in Graceland. They always do. They always do. I'm a huge Elvis fan, but I don't know if I would go. I'm sure it costs hundreds, if not, you know, $1,000 to go to a convention for GH in Graceland, like in Elvis's home, you know. Ethan was gorgeous. Yeah, Nathan Parsons, I think his name is, right? Ethan was. They kind of made his character weird the last time he was on, because he came on when Olivia and Robert were looking for Holly. But he was so weird then. He wasn't like the Ethan that, like, you know, we know and love. He still looked good, but he was also, like, dressed, like, to the nines. I missed, like, you know, dressed down Ethan. Although I guess he was on a bit of a mission, so he's probably dressed for the occasion. Graceland's not that far away from you. I'm a diehard Elvis fan. I'm obsessed. Like, me and my mom and my grandmother, the other day we were just watching a bunch of like old scenes from his movies, but in like 4K. Although I'm not gonna see that movie, I don't think, that new movie that came out. They could have casted someone that looked more like Elvis than the guy that plays him in that movie. Patrick when he was on the show. Now I can see him aging. You know, aging happens to us all. None of us are going to stay as youthful as we look today. Aging is just a normal process. And I'd rather them age, you know, gracefully or like normally than have these actors get work done, because I feel like, you know, all the ones that have been natural this whole time still look gorgeous as ever, and the ones that got work done, it's like oh no, just didn't help. Freddie said, I know everybody got their own opinions about feeling bad for Carly. I understand what Nina did was messed up. She's gonna have to live with it. But Carly getting that angry, you shouldn't throw any stones. Yeah, the thing about Carly is that she's always been a raging hypocrite. And she will not stand for anyone calling her out on it. But at the same time, I don't really like. I would have thought that Nina was being sincere until that smirk when Carly was like, you know, calling her out. She just smirked and walked away. So it kind of makes me think that Carly might have been right about, you know, her manipulations a little bit. The ones that get work done, it looks awful. Yeah, it really does. It's so unfortunate. I think the only one who it looks okay on, really, and it's probably only because whatever she got done was very subtle. Nancy Lee Grahn has admitted to having some work done, and she looks pretty good. She looks pretty normal. But at the same time, I can't imagine what it must be like for women in Hollywood. They're probably being, you know, dissed by agents and, you know, managers and saying, oh, you look awful, you should get this done and this done and this done. And they probably get pressured into it too. And then I'm sure a lot of them regret it as well. What did she get done? This is a long time ago. She was very honest. She had an open interview about it. But I can't remember what it was. It was something, I want to say it had something to do with like the bottom half of her face. I don't really remember. It's been so long, but maybe something to do with her lips. I just can't remember though. Or like, you know, a bit of an eye tuck or something like that. Something really subtle and, like, you know, little effort here and there. But some people just go all out and it's really obvious and their face looks frozen and it's unfortunate. Sandy, you said it's a combination of all the things Nina continues to do to Carly. That's why she was so mad. Yeah. Nina doesn't really help her case, unfortunately, but I don't know. Yeah, she should have gotten her money back. But it might, you know how some people just notice certain things about themselves that most people wouldn't even notice? It was probably one of those situations, you know what I mean? Maybe it's just something that she woke up and seen in the mirror every day, and we don't see it because we always seen her in her soap makeup. You know what I mean? Alright guys, well, what do you say we get into some old school GH? Are you guys ready? Because I'm excited to watch more of the storyline unfold. Yeah, let me know if you're ready. I'll start setting things up. Said, what do you know, you're 28 and still get mistaken for a teenager easily. I would still be playing a high schooler before I was an actor. Nina can not have one conversation without mentioning Carly or Michael. Hey, ATM machine. Yep, y'all are ready. Nina did have that smirk like the witch she is now. I like the Nina character, I just don't like the things she's done, that's all I'm saying. There are likable things about Nina and very unlikable things about Nina. But that could be said about a lot of characters on GH too, including Carly. I'm 22 and stay getting mistaken as a teenager. But we all do in our early 20s. Charlie's not the only raging hypocrite. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of hypocrites on the show. I'm just saying, we were just talking about Carly and Nina. But, yeah. GH is full of them. Have you seen The Haunting? I have not. Alright, I'm going to mute this mood music, as funky as it is. And we're going to put on some old school GH. How about that? Yeah, for those of you, I don't know if you've all been here every week the last couple of weeks, but we've been watching the Mexican Adventure from 1984 that had Luke and Laura and Robert and Holly and Anna, or not Anna, Frisco and Felicia and Sean and Donnelly. This is his introductory storyline. Nina has Carly and Michael living rent-free in her mind. Sounds like it's a soap with, with what soaps? All right. Time to shrink me down and watch some old school GH. Y'all ready? Let's do this. Boom. Oops. There we go.
Oh, isn't just
Jocelyn was just a baby.
The rest of my life this way, it's so heavenly.
Yeah, you're big into bed sores.
There are
True.
no bed sores in heaven. Don't you just love it, Robert? All this wonderful peace and quiet. No telephones waking you up, alarm clocks ringing in your ear.
You turn to wait for something to happen.
Spoken like a true workaholic. You're
Yeah.
just suffering from withdrawal symptoms,
Yeah.
that's all.
Now, Holly.
Oh, within a soap. It's all good.
Hey, this is terrific, mate. Hey, listen, wait for a minute. I'll be right back. You righty, Holly?
Oh, Robert, you dog.
When do we leave?
I'm sorry, not until this afternoon.
What's the delay? No, for details, mate. Details. Well, anything that I can do to help with the, the
No. I'll take care of everything. You just be ready when I give the signal, huh?
What about Luke?
No, he's fine. I think he's enjoying his last few hours of bed rest after he got all those cactus needles out of his rear.
So I suppose I shouldn't disturb him.
No, I wouldn't. Just sit tight here. I'll be back in a while.
Yeah, that would be suspicious to me. What up, Sean?
You know, there's just so much of this manana stuff I can cope with.
Come on back to bed. Come on, Robert. An hour or two, more or less, isn't going to make much difference when you're on the trail of a killer. Come on.
You always did know the way to get around me, didn't you?
I'm sure that music's gonna get like this video flag, but it's all
In
good.
Spanish. And he brought you a ham sandwich.
I don't monetize my videos anyway.
Right, and I felt obligated to eat both of them. Well, I'll just have to teach you the nuances, Holly. Robert, the pool was marvelous. Oh, yes, can he tempt you in for a little swim?
Oh, yeah, well, I'm a little preoccupied at the moment, maybe.
Don't mind him, Cruz.
Don't mind me, Chris. Yeah.
How about my nuevo look? Oh, yes, your new look. Let's see. Where should we start?
What is happening here? So this is like where we picked up where we left off. So this is like the next morning after the night of that party that we were watching.
Okay,
And I believe
excuse me. Actually, I need to.
Sean is using his connections to get Robert and possibly Luke to start doing their investigation.
Cruz, give a call.
Excuse me.
This is getting ridiculous.
Oh, come on, Robert. What's your gripe? You've played this waiting game in less comfortable quarters, as I remember.
Well, I'm not complaining about the accommodations.
How about you, Holly?
Well, I couldn't be happier. I'm going into town later with Cruz. She's going to show me the ropes.
Clothes, huh?
Whole new Holly.
Oh, Holly, I see. It looks terrific.
Holly's hair dried quickly and nice curls after being wet. The magic of television.
Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Anytime you want it, I'll take you shopping as well, just to give you the male point of view.
I'd like that, thank you.
Sean Donnelly is missed. Young Robert was so fine. Yeah, he was. Tristan Rogers is gorgeous.
Hi.
And the accent, of course.
Very bad news.
Bad news is beginning to be a bad habit with you, isn't it?
Am I to blame? My mother is ill and I have to go and visit
Your
her.
mother is always ill. Don't be such a pigeon.
Look,
Nothing is
Sean.
ever wrong with that woman.
She's getting old. Now I just can't take that chance with her.
I don't like the idea of you running out on me all the time.
How simpatico you are.
I'll tell you something, Cruz. There is a limit to my feelings of empathy.
Feelings! Oh, really, darling. You have no feelings.
To excuse me.
I don't remember Sean being such a dick. I guess it has been a long time since I've watched this story, though.
Cruz, hold it.
I won't listen to you insult my mother.
You run off every time that old lady so much as sneezes.
She is ill.
Like hell she is. But I am getting ill for putting up with the both of you.
You don't own me. I refuse to be treated like one of your
Oh,
possessions.
come off of it, Cruz. You never had it so good.
Oh, and what about you? Huh? You can't believe that I would ever leave you, can you?
Well, if you're going to be running off to your mother every other week, you may as well make it permanent, huh?
Oh, consider it done. Adios.
Wow. Abrupt end to the music.
You can let her get away with that.
No worries, she'll be back.
Seem pretty sure of yourself.
I know women, as you did, Robert.
Yeah, but I don't push my luck with either women or the circumstance. And I'm afraid where old Luke's concerned, I'm going to need every bit of luck I can to get him out of this Mexican mess.
What?
GH's background music was fire.
Don't I even get a hello?
Well, you know how it is. You sit around all day and all systems go. Luke's ready and we're off.
How long will you be gone?
Or no, not as long as it takes.
Take me with you.
Can't do that, Holly. All right.
Oh, you don't want to. That's right, isn't it?
Darling, look, this is not an excursion tour.
I know that, but
No, wait a minute. Now look, I'm not going to have your safety put on the line, all right?
Robert, I did just fine with the Porchenkos, didn't I? What if I were a man?
That is not the question here.
It's a very valid question.
It doesn't apply here.
Oh, bull. Toro, whatever it is they say down here.
Look, I understood you said it was heaven here.
Too much of a good thing is bad for the character.
All right. You want the truth? Holly, I need the freedom to go wherever this whole thing's going to lead. I don't want to be looking over my shoulder to check on your safety. It's going to mess up the whole operation.
You know what the truth is? The truth is you're elated to be rid of me.
That's not the truth at all. I want a wife to come back to.
Oh, that's such an easy answer, Robert.
I won't lie to you. I love the chase. Love it.
Well, at least I know what my competition is. If it were another woman, though, at least I could fight back.
I would never do that to you.
I know. I suppose that has to be my consolation, wouldn't it?
Good girl.
Good girl! Robert, give me a break.
Emma Samms was so gorgeous too. She still is. She's like,
Well, it's business before adventure.
she's incredibly gorgeous and aging gracefully.
I thought we'd settled all of that.
You did. I didn't.
English. I'm wanted for murder again. You know how hairy that can get. It's better you stay here.
Luke was calling her English even back then. Wow. I'd turn this up a bit.
Sean, I can't thank you enough.
Oh, my pleasure.
Or a quality clip from here on out, probably, I bet.
How's about a big goodbye kiss?
Not that you deserve it.
Come on, we're rolling.
Now, you guys take care of yourselves, huh?
Don't we always?
I thought I was driving.
Watch this.
It's my turn. Oh, great. Will you let me drive? If you're going to drive, drive. If you're not going to drive, then let me drive. Oh, no!
Now that the boys have gone off to play, why don't you let me keep you amused? Huh?
Oh, I thought you had business obligations.
Well, I'll adjust them to your convenience. What's your pleasure?
Would it be awfully frivolous to suggest a shopping spree? I just love the way Cruz dresses.
Well, I know all of her favorite boutiques, so while they're off on their adventure, why don't we try to create one of our own?
Wonderful.
Hard to keep it in sight, though, because
Los
the crowd
Chacalitos.
some kind of fiesta.
You should like that, huh?
We came through here and right down that alley and around the corner. I figured if I could get him one-on-one, I'd be able to take him.
I guess you figured wrong.
That's right. What happened?
Well, what do we talk of this guy? Garcia.
Buenos amigos.
Spanish stinks. Everyone's a critic. All right, I'll speak English. I'm not fussy.
What the hell you doing here anyway? This is private property. Come in there, amigo. We just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. No questions, somebody. Get out. Byington!
Hey, now wait a minute.
Hold on, we
Hey.
don't want to... Hey, look, I don't want no problems, man. Get out of here, will you? You running for office to go?
No wonder many people love Luke and Robert. They're just so fun to watch. And Tony and Tristan have always done a good job at keeping their friendship and like what it's like on screen consistent, even through like all the decades.
Bad timing. She's in Dallas, Lou, getting supplies for your friend. She ought to be home tonight, though.
Well, I'm not sure that I can call back. You know, it's kind of difficult to find a working phone. They're not exactly on every corner down here.
You know, I am very upset about your chasing around.
Oh, that's
trying to
Felicia's,
recover our
Felicia's
acceptance. Why don't you
mom.
please come
Or is
home?
it Felicia's grandmother?
No, don't try and talk me out of this, Mariah. It's my fault it was stolen in the first place.
You can't blame yourself, Luke.
Hey, look, there's nobody else to blame. If I hadn't gotten bombed that afternoon and just left it out in the open, it would have never been stolen. I won't be back until I have a scepter with me.
Oh, you're a stubborn man. But you're a good friend, Luke. Now, oh, and I do appreciate you and Peter taking turns calling me.
Did Peter call?
Oh, yes. Yes, several times. He says that you and he are working night and day on this.
Does he?
I can't tell you how much it means to me. Having both of you keep me up to date.
Yeah, well,
Isn't
it's
that
nice to know where
suspicious,
you
Luke?
stand, Mariah. Look, I've got to go now. I'll be calling you later.
All right. Please be careful, Luke.
Her grandmother.
Yeah, sure, I will.
That's what I thought.
I will. Bye.
Mariah, right?
Yeah, boss? Yeah, this is Larry. No, Van's out getting supplies. Look, Spencer just called the old lady. She said something about Peter's calling. Yeah, he played it cool, but there's no way that he's not going to know things aren't straight with Peter. All right.
DG always here with the history. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I just talked to Mariah on the phone. Trouble? Peter called. He led her to believe that he and I are tracking the thieves together.
You say you weren't?
No, I didn't. I didn't say anything. We've got to figure this out, man. I got a real strong feeling we're being conned.
Do you think that he was just after the scepter all along?
I don't know. I don't know what I think, but something's real fishy.
Okay. Let's think about it. Now, he called Mariah, you called Mariah. Now, you both agreed to do that anyway.
Yes, but we agreed to tell her where we were. He didn't tell her where he was. He told her he was with me. And you know, I've been thinking. I'm trying to figure out why he suggested we split up in the first place.
Maybe he thought it would be faster.
No, I can't buy that. Something's wrong, man. Something is really wrong.
I don't know what to tell you, mate.
Maybe we should try and find out if he was here in town the night I was ambushed.
Yes, not Peter August, Peter Harrell.
Talk to some of the locals, maybe they remember it.
Felicia's ex. That part I do remember.
Stay here. You're too popular for the local fair.
And then Peter Harrell's son, Levi Dunkelman. Ugh.
Hey, I'll be back. Yeah?
Decades later. Cheech was always good at mixing like action and comedy. But I think a lot of that had to do with the skills of the cast too. When was Trina Asian? The very beginning, like right during when Joss was still dating Oscar, there was an Asian Trina who was barely seen or barely mentioned. But she was seen. And then the next time we saw Trina, she was black.
No.
Do you remember any Americano strangers?
See? The greenfooter was looking for Tres Ojos. The boulders?
Oh, you mean the boulders?
No. The boulders. Big rocks.
Boulders.
You see?
Tell me, what does the Americana look like?
Tall, young, handsome, but not as handsome as you.
GH loves Peters. I think we've had more.
Boulders.
You go and tell someone.
We've had like Mac, Maxie, and Max. I
Until you
mean,
get to Laredo.
we've had two
On the right
Olivias,
side is the boulders.
Rick Weber, Rick Lansing.
Senora, I kiss your hand.
Thank you.
We've had two Claudias. Oh, I forgot another Rick. There was another Rick back in the day too.
Where you been all afternoon?
I think Peter's been here. Why? First, describe him to me.
Well, it's tall, it's young, he's a good-looking guy. He's not as good-looking as you.
That's what the woman said.
What woman?
This woman. Now, she said there was an American asking questions here.
What did he ask?
About the Tres Ojos boulders. What? But you might know.
I don't know what the hell that is. Why was he asking? Your guess is as good as mine.
ETM, I guess they have Brad and Selena now. And they could easily add on to that family if they wanted to.
All right? What's to think about? Dr. Basis, please. More beer? Yeah, I'm thirsty. Robert.
I mean, for all we know, Selena has kids of her own.
Peter's long gone. The boulders aren't going to go anywhere, and I'm still thirsty.
Then I can't drink any more beer.
Look, it does not hurt to sit down and analyze the situation now and then.
What's to analyze? You say this guy...
Buenos días, señor.
Buenos días, señorita. Hello.
Americano, sí?
See.
We can show you to the best part of town.
You can.
Most hated character for me, Peter August, hands down.
Not so fast.
I've never loathed the character more.
You just said that sometimes it's good to slow down and analyze the situation. What's your name?
Trina was originally a bad girl, but no one really remembers that Trina, you know?
Yeah?
Like, she wasn't that bad. All she did was throw a party at, like,
My name is Luke.
Jake's because her tran friend wasn't allowed to dress in the clothes that they wanted to wear. So that's not really being a bad girl. A rebel maybe, but not a bad girl. And like sadly most kids smoke weed. It's just the reality. I never did until I was like 18 or 19 or something like that, but
Oh, thank you. I can't believe I've never seen so many unusual
it's
things
just,
like
you
this in
know,
my life.
it's just how kids be.
It's a shame Cruz couldn't come with us.
Yes, it is a shame.
I can't wait to try them all on, though.
Then I can't wait to see you in them. Perhaps you'll give me a private
Yeah,
time.
Brad and Selena
What's the least I can
Wu.
do after you shepherded me through all those boutiques?
Fellas? Oh, thank you, Carlos. Oh, yes. Anna, would you... Anna, would you take those? Thank you. And the drinks are on the patio, Carlos? Thank you. Well, I've enjoyed our little spree.
So have I.
I'm sure we had more
Angel, my father and brother is named Peter.
You know, I'm rather jealous.
DG, you said you only started watching again to see Luke's supposed death, but when I saw the Peter August character, I actually liked him.
It was fun while it lasted.
But I didn't have to sit through the whole ridiculous story. Yeah. You see, you were lucky, DG. Like, we all had to sit through 4 years of Peter.
Oh, I'm sure there
And most of us wanted him off the show from the jump.
Oh, I know that, but I can't help worrying, you know. Suppose Luke were arrested again.
Well, then I'm afraid they would put Robert in jail with him.
Freddie said, I don't trust Rory yet. He seems too good to be true. I'll wait and see. Yeah, we never really know where the show is going to go with characters. Especially one with no
Maybe there's
ties,
a
really.
good luck, God, amongst this collection of yours. I could offer up a small prayer.
I'm not...
Weed was always popular, but we were taught to stay away from drugs. And me and my brothers always did. None of us even drank. I've never been drunk in my life, and I'm well into middle age. Yeah, I just mean like in today's age, like sadly a lot of kids do get their hands on weed.
You're very knowledgeable about Aztec culture, aren't you?
But yeah, I never underage drank. I never did drugs underage either. Like, I feel like I was a pretty good kid. I stayed out of trouble for like my childhood. GH can't afford locations. Oh, what? The crappy hill that Valentine and Victor were talking on isn't enough for you now? I hate that park. Hate that park. I'm so sick of that park.
Well, I'm glad that's changed for Robert.
My dear Holly, if you were waiting for me after an assignment, I'm sure I could be persuaded to believe in the love god as well. Now, shall we select that drink?
Oh, is that the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu?
Of course
Girl
we get an
Guides chocolate and
ad.
mint cookie, new Oreo
Kind of
dirt
skipping
pie.
forever, right, guys? But yeah, there we go. Let's skip that. There we go.
Then my clothes look like.
Holly and Sean looking like they're having a good time.
Certainly is a new look to me, though, isn't it?
DG, we're not talking about the fake park. We're talking about the real park.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. You know, you're quite an enigma to me.
Oh, what is that?
The park that we see like everyone go to all the time that's not the fake set, like the real outdoor location where you occasionally see a palm tree because it's in LA.
Look into my eyes. Without giggling. Come on. Oh, you really do like adventure, don't you?
I'm okay with the outside of the hospital just because they've used it a lot. Not even like just in recent years, but just, you know, back in like the early 2000s, we've seen the outside of the hospital too.
So do I. Can you challenge me?
I do? How?
Well, how?
I do have to give kudos to Night Shift for managing to use like the bottom half of GH's studio and then like CGIing like the rest of the building.
And create one for her right here.
But having said that, they occasionally go and shoot the original hospital from the 80s version of GH.
No, not at all.
And what do you call it?
I'm beginning to
You know,
think
for
it might
like
be a very good
those
idea
random
that we let Luke and Rob
outdoor
go
shots
on their own.
when they cut away to the hospital. DG, they go to that park all the time, even like now. So you've had to have seen it. Like even like last week they were there for Anna,
These are grades for things? Right.
and Victor
No, you mean, oh, I see, they're heavy.
when Anna was finding out about Valentine.
Here's what we're here for.
Wait a minute.
The legendary Isopho Boulder. So,
So what? So what? So what? What am I saying here? I'm saying like 3 eyes and a bunch of chickens scratching around it, man.
well, what's the name of the town?
Tres ojos. 3 eyes. Tres ojos.
Right.
That much Spanish, I know. The question is, what does this have to do with what we're looking for? Robert, why is Peter so interested in these? Three boulders, man. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. This is no lead. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know who to ask. We don't know what any of this means. We're standing
Oh yeah,
here
the younger
in
Spencers
somebody's
before
yard who makes a bunch of monuments.
I forget the
And
last
other than
Spencer's
that, we're
name.
on the trail of the scepter.
What's this?
What? Oh, that's a.
Oh,
that's a picture
Nicholas.
of
His name was
Laura,
Nicholas too, right?
With the scepter.
Is that what she's holding?
I know it's a bad picture.
The LA
She moved.
County
It was a
Medical
new
Center
camera.
is right there in
that's
Los
the scepter
Angeles.
right
There are
there.
markings on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've actually gone back to that hospital to shoot like cutaway scenes of it.
Clearer.
Wait a minute.
Maybe that's what Peter was after.
That's it. The markings here. The markings are on the boulders.
I know Michael's reaction when he finds Nina bought the Metrocord is going to be priceless.
That's right. There was a Photoshop over there. Let's go. No, mañana. Ahora.
I think he means it. Listen, why don't we go over to the
You know, Luke and Robert could have had their own show.
No salt for me. No, I don't want to walk over these graves.
Nicholas Betchel, yeah, was Spencer, and then Nick Chavez. Yeah, the Spencer is before Nicholas Betchel.
Maybe I luck.
We're all like just quiet kids. From the pre-Valentini days.
Oh, the cheese. Very binding. Oh, party. Forget it. I'll have a margarita.
Yeah, young children are pretty much props. I mean, Emma was really young when they started like giving her like a lot of personality though. And same with when Nicholas Bechtel first played Spencer. They were writing for them kids. Not great stories, but they had story.
Must you? Itch.
Like the love square between Emma, Spencer, Jocelyn, and
I
Cam.
give them a break.
Listen, I slept in the same hellhole with probably the same fleas. And look at me,
Tony
I'm
Geary,
fine.
James Riley,
Except for a bad case.
Tristan
Well, I
Rogers.
didn't get much sleep.
Neither
all could have done their own spin-off or primetime easily. Yeah.
Paralyzed with the heat. Not too paralyzed to snore. I don't snore. That wasn't a mariachi.
Primetime crime drama with Gloria Monty pissed them off.
Robert, we're quarreling. I hate it when we quarrel.
Didn't GH went on location shoot back in 2010 when they were trying to find Franco? Yeah, they went to the Mocha in Los Angeles
By the fact that wretched little
for Francophrenia.
which has cost us a day. We're tired, dirty, grouchy, itchy, and we got work to do. Right, I think the Photoshop's probably open by now, don't you? Should be. Let's get over there and get the photograph of that sifter enlarged. I got a real strong feeling that photo, the markings mean something on that photo. So do I. Probably. You know, it's not too late for you to back
In the
up.
early days, kids were always props. Yeah, it's true.
Knuckle on moving your own? I'm not alone. Listen, we're going to get you out of this, whatever it takes.
Writers could have wrote Spencer as a smart, decent, and independent young man.
Be on the road with you again.
Not this troublesome piece of crap.
Me and your fan club, get on with it.
Yeah, but Spencer from the jump was always like a spoiled brat kid, and like
Look at the carving, it's so detailed.
it would have been weird if they just transitioned him into like this, you know, like not spoiled, obedient kid when he's been in boarding school the whole time.
Well, they actually had books.
Well, in a sense they did. Most of the writing was on rough buckskin.
I hardly ever watched GH in 2010. I don't remember any of that. You know, because James Franco was a part of that storyline, I bet you he was the one that dished in the money for that location shoot. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know that for sure. I'm not, you know, I'm not privy to behind the scenes stuff, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, I don't know why exactly, but he said something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I read it somewhere some time ago. In essence, what he did...
But it was a pretty impressive location shoot,
After
honestly.
deciphering the Aztec writings, he felt that they were based on nothing but lies and superstition, so he went out and torched every book he could find.
Oh, that's incredible.
And it was incredible, and thanks in large part to the religious zeal of
And Spencer used that word, townie.
Now we only have... Now about 1/3 of the pre-Columbian hieroglyphics can be deciphered.
Oh, that's such a shame. Imagine how much we could learn about them if we had access to their records.
No, we have
Nicholas spent many years being decent, though, before they decided to make him evil.
Well, you obviously understand quite a bit.
Well, some. I understand some of it. That's only because Aztec picture writing has always fascinated me. Here, this piece here, for example. Now, this tells us who made it, when it was made, and where it was made.
Matthew?
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead. Now, it's predominantly glyphics and symbols.
Spencer was always a brat.
Aztec pictorial writing oftentimes gave us a philosophical lesson. Now, for example...
DG, you said I was so disappointed in James Franco's entire guest stint. I was so excited for it, but it bored me. It made no sense. I wasn't impressed with his acting either. It was a big bust for me. I mean, yeah, like there was excitement for James Franco coming on, but for me, like the fact that Guza made his character obsessed with Jason, it kind of just felt like Guza was just writing himself into the show.
Experience the bad times before you can appreciate the good times.
You know, Dude was obsessed with Jason. Guza was obsessed with Jason, and same with Jill Phelps. Like, I resented Jason so much back then, y'all. I hated Jason because of the amount of screen time he got and all the stories he got. Him being the hero in every story as well was so irritating.
For all of my old artifacts, and I'll take you back on a journey through time.
Which was your least favorite GH opening, Dion? The current one, the previous one before that, and the weird, I don't know, like the weird one before that. All the Frank Valentini, or like post Frank Valentini, like, or sorry, anything 2012 onward, okay? All of them have been bad consistently since Frank Valentini took over. DG Curious, me and DG were in the same boat. Jason was on so much, and it was so unnecessary. They threw him into every single storyline. Every single one. And then they made James Franco's stunt on GH all about Jason. Like, it was nuts. For me, it poured salt in the wounds because we lost whatever original Valentine was supposed to be to James Franco.
Let's go back over it. Now, what's happened?
All because he wanted to be on a soap opera for some, weird film he was doing.
However, if that were the case, why hasn't he paid off the men and split? And then sold the scepter?
That's a good point.
Instead, the guy is still nosing around when he could be leading the good life somewhere in South America.
Yeah, he's got to know that there's a bunch of people looking for him here in Mexico.
Right. And men only take a big risk when there's big gain at the end of it, and he thinks that he hasn't found it yet.
So what do you say? You think that maybe this involves some more money than whatever the scepter is worth?
Possibly true, the guy's committed murder. Now, you don't kill unless you've got a good reason.
Yeah, DG, I agree. And we talk about it all the time on here. They really got lucky in the sense that they just happened to be on GH on the verge of the 50th anniversary. So even the campy stuff they could get away with during that year because everyone wants that kind of fun nostalgic thing, and Ron was good with that. Even the corny vampire stuff, it was just a cheeky nod to Port Charles, the TV show. And
okay, now let's just suppose for a second.
They brought back a lot of characters, and they wrote them pretty decently for that year as well.
Say, almost like a map. Go on. Well, that's as far as I've got with it.
James Franco is talented, but he is a very strange guy. He actually made a movie about a classic porn type film, and the actor actually had sex. They talked about it later and said he coerced them. Damn.
Obviously, there was a reason why Peter went there.
Yeah, James Franco was never really one of my favorites. I liked his little brother, Dave Franco. He was pretty funny.
You want to know the truth? I was kind of hoping it would be.
Why?
I need a change.
From what?
Pushing papers around a police commissioner's desk gave me too much time to think.
About what?
All the world going on outside my office. Every now and again I'd get a postcard from a WSB mate, someone in the field. It'd be a cryptic message, just enough to tell me that he was on assignment. But suddenly I'd start to feel like I was missing something.
Yeah, exactly, DG. You're exactly right. As soon as the 50th anniversary year was over, their lack of ability to write a good show really showed. To their credit, I'm glad that they did keep a lot of characters on, the fact that we had Anna and Felicia and Mac and so many veteran characters on screen still for years to come was kind of nice, but at the same time, a lot of them got really crappy stories.
This isn't like the old days. I mean, you got a whole life for yourself going.
I like his brother more to look at, but I think James Franco's more talented as an actor. He just takes himself too seriously, and he's very arrogant. Well, he seems to be a bit of a mess these days.
And I really appreciate it.
At least last I heard. I don't really pay too much attention to the guy.
I'm in this to the end.
Spencer and Scorpio south of the border.
Loner and Low, Yogi and Boo. Let's have a drink.
Here's the
You can tell Tony and Tristan we're just happy to be working together again. '13 Nurses Ball. Yeah, I did like that they brought the Nurses Ball back. But now it's gone again, so...
you.
There's Peter Harrell.
You still haven't said you're happy to see me.
Well, maybe I'm a little more surprised than anything.
Why are you so wary? You know how I feel about you.
With Cruz.
I was
Interesting.
going to join you. And I wanted to warn you that Scorpio and Spencer were on your trail.
See, this is how you know I haven't watched the storyline in like years, because I don't remember any of this stuff.
Yes. Look, I've taken all I can from that man.
Mm-hmm. Personally, maybe, but what about financially? I can't offer you what Donnelly can.
There are other things besides money.
I gotta take a range check. Because we really gotta keep moving right now.
Ron got way off the rails, and he thought he could do anything he wanted. He almost even ruined Luke, but Tony Gary was just happy to have a story. He was getting bored. Yeah, true.
I sure hope they
Favorite GH opening was just the classic ambulance one, like the ambulance.
Look, you had no way of knowing.
I mean, well, I don't know. That's tied with Faces of the Heart. They're both really good.
I've 1 in 3 chance, though.
At least we're in the right track now.
Finally.
Like Autumn Breeze was like perfect for like being just a short one with a title card, and Faces of the Heart is just nostalgic because that's what I remember hearing growing up. Nurses Ball seems irrelevant today in today's world. Did they even donate any of the money to charity? I don't even think they did back then, though. Like, yeah, that was the story, but really, the Nurses Ball was just to kind of bring awareness to AIDS and, you know, the type of disease it was. I don't think they donated money to charity even in the 90s. But for the story purposes, they did. Yeah, Jill nearly did get the show canceled.
Senora.
Ah, yes. That is a smashing outfit.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it. It certainly is different, isn't it?
Oh, I picked it out.
Yeah, Autumn Breeze and Faces of the Heart are both just, you know,
love it.
great openings.
It really is a lovely music.
I'm afraid it's...
Dion, don't you love a soap opening with a cast? Can you imagine what that would look like today? With the amount of characters GH has, the intro would be longer than the episode. GH's cast is so bloated.
What do you think?
I just think because, you know, realistically, there's so many commercials now, the intros do have to be shorter. And if they have to be shorter, then they might as well just go with a classic title card one.
Hey, look.
We didn't find...
Oh, I'm sorry. Of course you'd like a drink.
Yeah, exactly, DG. Like, the raising money for charity was like the story, but it wasn't a real thing ever, even in the 90s. They never raised money. They just, you know, they did the Nurses Ball just to bring awareness.
You sure?
Maybe the murder, too.
Oh, no. Poor girl.
What makes you think he's involved?
Long story, and I'll give you the details later on. But, not
As producers, Gloria Monty, definitely Wendy Rich, yeah, Tom Donovan.
Yeah, look, if we can get a hold
See, I hate that there's not too much of the early 70s that you can find on YouTube. And if you can, it's like potato quality, with the exception of a couple of odd episodes here and there. But at that point, that's like 1977 episodes.
This may sound crazy, and God knows we've sounded crazy before, but we have a strong feeling that that scepter is just a step, a clue towards something bigger, something more important, a treasure.
Interesting. And these papers, are they also clues?
Go ahead.
They're rubbings from the bulb of chaos.
Hieroglyphics.
What do you think, Donnelly? Can you decipher them?
Well, you should be able to.
Carrie, she said, I can agree with that. The only soap that doesn't need a cast in the opening is Days, which they've never changed its opening, but shortened to make room for commercials.
Let's go to my office.
I made a lot of TikTok-style videos these days, and I found you can do so much in 1 minute. You really can. That's the thing. Short content is not bad content.
Of the
glyphs on the Treojos boulders represent direction and distance.
See, I'm not on TikTok though.
What does that mean? Well, what it means
People want me to
is they give you
be
the coordinates in order
in this
for you
town
to-
anyway.
What about
But
the patterns of the scepter? Well, those are
I just
four
don't know what I would
specific
do.
places. First symbol being the
But I
boulder.
love to watch.
Now, the other
Like
three
I watch them on Instagram Reels because
represent, from what I can make out, water,
I've
probably,
refused to get TikTok this whole
spring,
time, but
church.
doesn't mean I don't watch the content.
So, the glyphs give direction and distance.
Willow gonna give into Mommy Dearest because she's a nice person. She's gonna be soft as a marshmallow when she learns Nina's her biological mother.
Represented on the
I don't know. She might be traumatized at first.
But a digital rangefinder could help you out there.
What is that?
Well, it's a device that lines up the coordinates.
Ah, Jackie's even was in One Life. I didn't know
It's
that.
only accurate up to 80 feet.
But is it possible for you to get us one of those?
Oh, I don't see why not.
Do you think this is for real, then? Buried treasure and all of that?
Well, Peter certainly thinks so, and we're trying to track down Peter.
Yes, and Peter is dealing with the same clues we are, which means that if we follow the clues, help yourself, then it's possible we could locate Peter.
Well, yeah, but you've already found the first location, the boulder. That's the first symbol. Now, these glyphs here will lead you to the next clue, which is the spring. And so on and so on. That's right.
Right, until you find the treasure.
Exactly.
I don't know where things are gonna lead for Michael and Will after that. Hopefully a breakup.
That's a pretty good analogy, Holly. You know, actually, all of this means something in a way.
Oh, has that?
Don't waste time with TikTok unless you have something important to say or do music. I do music, but you know.
Treasures. They were all buried in secret hiding places. Now, I'm sure the Aztecs made it as
Yeah, I can't see me
difficult as
being like
possible
doing like
to find.
TikTok dances and
Well,
stuff. You know what I mean?
Easy today.
Buried treasure, this is so exciting.
If there is a treasure, Holly.
But there has to be, otherwise why would Peter go to all this trouble?
Look, I don't know why Peter's going to all this trouble. I only know why I am. I'm trying to clear myself of a murder charge.
Listen, we haven't forgotten it.
Well, I know. I hope you don't. There's an awful lot of excitement going on here about possible treasure. Well, you know,
Also learned Nell was her sister too. Child,
clear my name.
I would be bitter. Yeah, no kidding.
We followed the clues, and we followed...
Valerie just disappeared just like that. Valerie had so much potential, but they squandered Brittany Sarpy, who played her originally.
Of a murder charge.
Well, look, there's another way of looking at this. You could end up being a very rich man.
Oh, that's great, Sean. I'd
Jackie
like to be a
played
rich man.
Lana
But, you know, I've got a
McLean.
wife and I've got a cattle ranch, and I'd like very much to get back there without a murder charge hanging over my head, you know?
Devout Catholic. All right, guys, we're gonna stop things there for the old school GH stuff. You know, I think four clips a day, not that bad, or 4 clips every Wednesday is not that bad. Don't go on TikTok to waste time because I will. Boom. There we go. Mood music back on. There we go. Yeah, if I do make a TikTok, it'll be because of like something music related or like the content that y'all don't see too often yourselves, like Summer and YAG and Music and YAG. Yeah, Brittany does seem to be utilized quite well from what I've seen for her on YNR. TikTok is the Vine. Yeah, the Vine used to be. I never did get on the Vine either, though, or on Vine. But it was funny. It was like 7-second content. I used to see like little Vine clips on Tumblr. Gotta go, Dion. Thanks for the memories. All right. Good night, Sandy. I hope you guys enjoy watching these old school clips as much as I do, because I've been loving it. Brittany's character on YR just bores me. Her storyline on the haves and the have-nots was better. Her boyfriend was an abusive mobster. If I was the EP, what idea of a storyline would you come up with involving all the characters? I would try to pull a Guza. I would try to do a disaster storyline. Like, and I feel like that's so fun for the viewers. Like, we all, I think, collectively, a lot of us remember that era of, like, you know, the Metrocourt hostage crisis and the black and white ball and the Port Charles hotel fire and what else am I missing? the virus outbreak and I want to just call it toxic balls, but you know what I mean. Those and the train wreck, like those kind of disaster storylines where they can utilize the whole cast and kind of put them in a situation that takes them out of like all their like mundane storylines. It gives us a break from the normal, but also gives the writers a chance to kind of put the climax within the story somehow. It was kind of nice always like being able to rely on like, well, the stories are kind of crap now, but just wait till February or like November. Charles Pratt was the best disaster writer. They called his stories Pratt-tastrophes. Yeah, I would try to do some kind of disaster storyline. The closest Frank ever got to having one of those storylines play out on GH was like the earthquake back in like 2018, and I guess like the poisonous water situation was pretty close too. And that one wasn't bad either, but that was just more so to get people to watch at the new time, right? Because GH went from 3 p.m. to 2. Yeah, the black and white ball killed off Emily, and then Georgie got by Diego, yeah. The text message killer, yeah, that was a bad story. I mean, at least it involved a lot of the cast, but yeah. Brutal. All the wrong people died. Jake, he said, no, seriously, I'm dying for a disaster. Yeah, me too. Like, we just need a break for, like, from, like, the usual. We just need a moment to just stop and enjoy the whole cast and have them kind of be in a situation together that's, like, gonna have people have to work together that don't usually work together. I think that was also part of the fun in GH is you got to see characters that don't normally interact together for these stories. Pratt wrote The Tornado on AMC and Huge Disaster on YNR, the hotel fire and collapse with all the major characters. Man. I do remember seeing clips of the tornado storyline on All My Children. I think I was just mostly curious, because I didn't care enough to watch the show, but like, you know, I'd sneak a peek just to see like how the show would be doing it. John Ingle's farewell episode was very poignant. Yeah, since he died shortly after that. Yeah, I think it just like, and I think we all knew at that point that John Ingle wasn't doing well, and that would be his last appearance, even though he hadn't died yet. But like, you know, he was on his last leg of life, and seeing him like do that little wave that with his finger that Lila used to do. Oh, I was just like, oh man. Jade stories today are so bland and uninspiring. I honestly only watch for Esme, Liz, and Victor Cassadine. The rest is so routine and no suspense. Yeah, you cried when Edward died. I will say that the tribute episode for John Ingle was really well done. Like, when they killed off the character too. And had his memorial episode like on the Thanksgiving episode, which is so fitting, right? And then, oh my god, like when they showed like the back of Edward and Lila at the end of the episode, I was like literally in tears, like sobbing. Oh, even thinking about it, I'm like, ah! I was sobbing, you guys, I'm not even kidding. Because that was so unexpected. And then seeing like Lila get up from the wheelchair and like walking up the stairs, that was so well done. So pissed that Jill fired NLE. Yeah, no kidding. Freddie said, I'm off topic, but I have to say the trailer for Orphan first kill dropped. I can't wait until that movie comes out. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I'll have to watch after this. I miss Guza. Y'all can hate me for that. The man made me so excited to come home to watch GH. Now I just watch recaps. Listen, in all honesty, I don't think Guza was the problem with GH. I think Jill was. Because Guza, you know, he had a hand in Sunny and Brenda back in the day. You know, he knew how to write romance. He knew how to do certain things. But Jill just didn't want... There was no balance because of Jill. I think that Jill wanted the focus to be Sunny and Jason and Carly. You know what I mean? Like, and she was very ageist. And so, like, all the veterans were being shoved to the bottom. I don't think that was Guza's doing. I do think Guza had an obsession with Jason, but I think it would have been more controlled if there was a executive producer that balanced the show. Yes, exactly, DG. Like, Guza would be great under a good EP. But yeah, you're not hated for that, Angel. As bad as it could get with Guza, like, the worst for me, like, I actually stopped watching for a bit after Ron's first year. When the second year was just going so bad, I actually did stop watching GH because it was that bad. Frank Valentini and his writers need to be fired off the set. Bring back Wendy Rich. Guza created Carly. He brought back the Cassadines with Nicholas and Stefan. Yeah, exactly. He did a lot of good things as a writer. It's the EP that brought him down. There's just a lot of Guza hate. Yeah, like, it... Yeah, like, I know there is. Because, you know, it was like mob stories all the time, but... You know, at the end of the day, the executive producer kind of gets to decide, you know, the direction of the show, right? So, as much as we all love to blame just the writers, it's a combination. It really is. It really comes down to a combination of the team that you're with. Ron's writing was just trash, yeah. Favorites. It does seem like yeah. Guza's biggest crime was his obsession with Sunny and The Sopranos. I think Guza's biggest crime was his obsession with Jason, but yeah, like, I think that the problem was as well, like, the mob storylines were so predictable because no one that watched GH thought that any mobster was going to get the better of Sunny and Jason. So, like, we know how the story is going to end, you know? So it got old and stale really fast. So, like, when Ron and Frank did take over, it was nice having a break from the mob. It really was. Like, because it was so predictable. The show lives and dies on the EP, the head writer, and the network execs. It's true. They all have to work together to make a show great. Exactly. So why we hate Jill? Because Jill freak, like Jill, I've only heard bad things about her as a person, for starters. But Jill hated the veterans. Like, there's horror stories from GH cast members about her and how, like, she treated Jeannie Francis like shit. Like, you know, she just would not let her back on the show. Jason and Sonny have permanent plot armor. Exactly. Although Sonny's not much of a mobster now, is he? I honestly think Selena Wu could just take over as the new mobster. Favorite GH fight punching moment? Anytime Luke and Robert got to fight in the 80s, man. Gloria Monty did so great because the network trusted her and she hired good writers, even though she often fought with them. See, you know, the thing about Gloria is that she changed, like, the entire landscape of soaps. You know, she was like a pioneer in, like, what soaps would eventually become. You know, no soap was doing what GH was doing until afterwards. She started the trend and then they all imitated. A new generation of soaps was created. GH forgot all about Chase's mother. She's nowhere to be seen. She's up in the attic with the rest of them. My favorite one, Jason punched Rick in 2007. I remember that, but meh. Selena just needs to take Sonny's territory. Yeah, exactly. She might as well. It probably will be easy. Exactly. Nixon Falls did make Sonny soft. And Sonny doesn't have no right-hand man right now. Gloria had a vision from day one. She told Tony Geary, I'm going to do something different. Yeah, like didn't she like pull Jeannie and Tony aside and was like, prepare yourselves, like, I'm going to make you guys the stars, like, 2006. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Jacarius. What did she change about soaps? She made soaps larger than life. Like, no soap was going on location anywhere and doing these like big action-packed storylines. You know, there wasn't this big fantasy like aspect to soaps as what became after Luke and Laura. Like, there weren't no Summers on the Run. There wasn't like these big vibrant stories with like good guys and bad guys and this and that. It was all like, you know, your typical soap stuff that like you see a lot of today, like, you know, baby drama and like affairs and stuff. I remember when Alexis had cancer and was eating weed cookies. Yeah, I love that. Spinelli being a stoner back in the day and then giving Alexis some weed cookies or weed brownies. That was funny. Yeah, exactly, DG. She changed everything. The stories, the production, the guest stars, yeah. Like the fact that she got to get Elizabeth Taylor on GH is such a huge thing for soaps. Yeah, she was truly an innovator for soaps. Sonny retires from the mob. He looks like he could do it anyway, any minute now. I mean, he might as well. I think the problem with Sonny is that he likes the power, but he just wants to also just live a normal life. So he's caught in the middle. Yeah, Elizabeth Taylor did beg Gloria to come on. But that was the power of General Hospital back then, because it was doing things that other soaps weren't doing. And it got people's attention. 30 million, in fact. Like, to this day, no one has been able to top the Luke and Laura wedding in terms of view counts for soaps. Yeah, I think Gloria played it smart in the sense that, like, people, especially, I mean, even now, realistically, like, people want, like, an escape from reality. And, you know, GH really was that for that time frame, you know, like the 80s. Yeah, Sonny has a deep psychological need for power because of his childhood abuse, yeah. DG, you said, I remember seeing years ago where Sonny was in the chapel praying. He admitted that he killed people, but he stopped short of saying he was sorry and repenting for his sins. Oh, man. Freddie, you said Curtis was with one liar and moved on to the other when Portia is keeping the secret about Trina possibly being Curtis's daughter. I don't think there's no possibly about it. She's definitely Curtis's daughter. And when that comes out, like, he's gonna be angry. You know he's gonna be angry. Trina's gonna be angry too, though. Taggart, you know, I have a suspicious feeling that he knows, and he probably just hasn't said anything. Curtis and Jordan don't even know they're still married, exactly. How could Trina be Curtis's daughter if she used to be Asian? Because it was such a blink and you miss it moment that... Alright, good night, Jacarius. It was such a blink and you miss it moment that we're just supposed to forget that she was, okay? Trina was never really Asian. She's black. Our eyes are playing tricks on us. Not really, but you know what I mean? Like, they clearly decided to, like, change up the character in her story. It's not even the first time, like, a character's race has changed in soaps either. And that it's just not talked about. Yeah, y'all, I'm probably gonna call it a day soon as well. Or call it a night, because I'm tired. I went to a concert last night, Tash Sultana, which is the tour shirt that I'm actually wearing right now. Amazing artist. Amazing. Plays every single instrument under the sun. Continuity never matters in soaps these days, which is unfortunate. But yeah, honestly, like I only remember like one episode where we actually seen Asian Trina, and it was during the earthquake. Yeah, One Life to Live. Blair was Asian to white. Exactly. Exactly, Angel. Like, I know, she wasn't even really a character. She was just like a character that was mentioned from time to time that we saw once before she disappeared again, and then suddenly we got Sydney Michaela. Do you like any old school music? I've always loved like the 80s power ballads. I love 80s music. I love disco music. from the 70s and 80s. Current artists, these days I'm more of a I'm like a heavy metal pop punk guy. So, and I do listen to like a lot of local artists that you're not gonna know. But I suppose like if I think of like well-known musicians, bless Harry Styles, but I'm not really that big of a fan of his solo stuff. Don't shoot me. He's got one or two bangers here and there, but just he does nothing for me. I suppose in terms of like the artists that are out there right now, like that are like pretty mainstream, like like I like Machine Gun Kelly and his like punk rock stuff. I like Youngblood. I like Mod Sun. Avril Lavigne's killing it with her new stuff. Even Willow, like Will Smith's daughter, doing some good stuff as well. But as for like the non-rock category, Tash Sultana, like I said, I'm obsessed with Tash Sultana. Such a vibe. I loved Annie Lennox. I did. Whitney Houston, of course. I don't like Harry Styles. Alright. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I didn't mind One Direction, though. I'm not gonna lie. Back in the day. Will everybody erase the fact that Spencer was a bad guy? Well, no, but we've always seen Spencer. Trina was literally unseen. The only thing I know from Willow is the song where she whips her hair back and forth. Willow went pop punk. Because Travis Barker from Blink-182 is producing her. And like pretty much every other artist out there right now, it seems. I loved One Direction. I still love One Direction, and I'm way older than you. They were a great band. It was kind of nice. It was kind of like, they reminded me of like the Spice Girls in terms of like the fandemonium that like, you know, transpired with them. They were this British pop band that ended up getting famous internationally. It was just nice to see. And they had good voices, and they had good songs, and they could sing live, you know? Like, catch a vibe, meet me. Yeah. It's the life. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Willow's got some bangers, man. One Direction was okay. I liked a few of the songs. I really liked a lot of their ballads, like their slower songs. You and I was like probably my favorite song from them. They're so talented, they can sing, and their music is relatively pure. If I had kids, I would let them listen to it. Yeah, their music was like, that's the thing. I do miss like the innocence of like boy bands and girl bands back in the day. Like you think of like the pop stuff. Like you think about like the Spice Girls and One Direction and S Club 7 and like, you know, those bands. All their music was just positive, fun vibes. And I like that. Yeah, in terms of like One Direction, I know that they all went solo. The only solo music I didn't mind so much was actually Zayn's. And it's ironic because he left the group, right? But I think he's also too much in his head to like sustain a solo career, which is unfortunate because he is really talented. Like Niall and Liam today. Yeah, their music isn't bad. It's not really my thing, but like I would say more enjoyable than Harry Styles' music. Though, like I said, Harry does have a couple of bangers in there. I've never heard any of Zayn solo stuff. His first album's really good. I listened to his first album. After the Jonas Brothers, I stopped being crazy over boy bands. I started getting too old for these boy bands. Yeah, Pillow Talk was a banger from Zayn. Harry's talented, but there's just too much hype with him. He's not all that. Yeah, there is a lot of hype. I think he is a little bit overrated. But yeah, Zayn, like Pillow Talk is a good song to look up. Like I Would, also a good song. What was another one? Still Got Time was another good one by Zayn, with Party Next Door. You never liked boy bands in the classic boy band era. Yeah, I think I had more of an appreciation for them when I got older. As It Was by Harry Styles. I think the only, let me see. You hated New Kids on the Block, but remember when they came to Cincinnati where I grew up, people were camping outside the hotel. Dang. Yeah, I like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, but like I wasn't as obsessed with them as like a lot of people were. For me, like Harry Styles, I think my favorite Harry Styles song was what's it called? Lights Up was the song. That was the only song that I really was like, wow, that's such a good banger. Watermelon Sugar High annoyed me just because it was played so often everywhere. Back for a little bit, I'm gonna tell you all my favorite classic old singers: Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight. Legends, legendary women. I didn't like NSYNC until Bye Bye Bye. That's fair. Justin Timberlake is so overrated. I think Justin was great in his first 2 albums, and then I got over it. Like, you know, his first albums had some pretty good bangers on both of them. But then after that, I just stopped caring. Better than Yummy by Justin Bieber. Good lord. Yeah, that's true. That was horrible. Yeah, Justin Bieber, I've always had like a love-hate relationship with. Like, I think his best work was, I don't even know what the album's called, but the album that had like Sorry, you know, like all his like post-Selena breakup stuff. Like, where he was just like letting the dancers kind of speak for the music videos themselves and stuff. Like he just kind of took a back seat and let the music speak, which was, you know, admirable. And he worked with like Skrillex. Like what like such an insane collaboration. And then like beyond that album, I think the only other song I liked from Justin Bieber's was, what's that called? It's new, newish, last couple years, like post-pandemic. Ghost. I mean, I think the thing about that particular album I'm talking about is that it came after he was like really like seen as like a douchebag. Like, you know, he was doing some really shitty things. Like he was doing stupid shit. And like when that album came out, it did seem like he was sincerely trying to make up for like his behavior and stuff. And like the fact that he let like the dancers kind of take the forefront of that album with that I don't even know what it was called. I think there was a name for the project where like all the dancers were like in the music videos for every song and he wasn't in them. But I think it really helped. And plus I'm a fan of Skrillex, so I think that also kind of played into why I like that album so much. You know, Skrillex wasn't from first to last as well, so that like also goes back to my childhood. The fact that he went from, you know, like punk music to, you know, being a DJ was weird, but it worked. Yeah, exactly. Like right after that era, like he seemed to like take a step back and then like really like thought about like the shit he was doing and kind of like was like, you know what, I need to grow up. And I think he managed to do that. And I think he kind of showed that in his lyrics as well on that album, that he just was like, man, I fucked up. Like, and I was like, all right, you're forgiven. But that was really the only album that I was like, you know, okay, props. He did his thing. But then after that, I just, again. And the only song I've liked since was like Ghost, which was just like last year. Alright, y'all, but I should end this because I'm tired and I need to get ready to go to bed so I don't suffer at work in the morning. But this was fun, guys. We watched some old school GH. We talked about a bunch of random stuff, but I always like talking with you guys about whatever. Because sometimes it's nice to just hang out, you know? Yeah, I will catch you guys this Sunday. I should give you guys a heads up. It'll probably be like a 9:30 p.m. Sunday again because I'm actually going out of town the day before. Just for like a day, like an overnight trip. So I don't know. I'm not going to be back early Sunday. So I might be able to, you know, kind of write a review, like write my notes and everything while I'm on that trip. And then just go live whenever I get home. But I'm gonna aim for 9:30 because I really don't know when I'm gonna be back on Sunday. Like I might get home by 7:30. But at the same time, you know, I'll need a moment to just rest for a bit. All right, but yeah, let's end this here, guys. It was nice talking with y'all. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. I'd really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys this Sunday. Peace out, guys. Have a good night. Bye.